from Detroit. And today Prabhuji is going to enlighten us on Srimad Bhagvatam, Canto 8, Chapter 3, Verse 28. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, whenever you're ready, please take over the call.
ज्ञानाद्मिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरोन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेव श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च ये कृष्णकरुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यो च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं कृपातमं वन्दे श्रीगुरुवन्दनतारं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरं। नमो ओं विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिते नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारण निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारणे। I neither have any qualification nor do I have any realization, so I seek blessings of practically everyone, so that I can speak whatever I heard in the past from the other devotees and spiritual masters in ISKCON. Srila Prabhupada. Namo namastabhyam asahya vega sakti trayaya akhila dhi gunaya prapanna palaya duranta shaktaye Kadindriyanam anavapya vartmane namo namastabhyam sahyavega saktidrayaya kiladi gunaya prapannapalaya duranta saktaye kadindriyanam anavapya vartmane. My Lord, you are the controller of formidable strength in three kinds of energy. You appear as the reservoir of all sense pleasure and the protector of the surrendered souls. You possess unlimited energy, but you are unapproachable by those who are unable to control their senses. Wow. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you again and again. Purport. Attachment, greed, and lust are three formidable forces that prevent one from concentrating upon the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. These forces act because Supreme Lord does not like to be realized by non-devotees and atheists. However, when one surrenders unto the lotus feet of the Lord, these impediments are withdrawn. One can realize the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, the Lord is the protector of the surrendered soul. One cannot become a devotee until one surrenders unto the Lord's lotus feet. Then the Lord gives one the intelligence from within by which one can return home back to Godhead. Hare Krishna. So Gajendra's prayers are very important. Amazing. So there are so many lessons that we can learn from Gajendra's prayers actually. First of all, we are all, we have our own crocodiles in our lives. Old age, disease, and death is a crocodile. Birth, old age, disease, and death. And Adhyatmika, Adidevika, Adibhautika misery. It's a crocodile. Our strong attachment to the material world, our strong desire to enjoy senses, you know, they're all crocodiles. We are clutched, you know, by, crocodile has clutched our feet. Crocodile of attachment, greed, and lust. How many of you agree? One more very important thing that we are caught is avidya. I am this body. Ignorance. You know, I'm an engineer, I'm a doctor, I'm a woman, I'm a man, I have this family, I should work. Do you really agree we are clutched by this? We are, crocodile has caught us. How many of you agree?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So we have no choice but to take shelter of Krishna. You know? So Gajendra was actually was enjoying the family life. Very powerful. Every time people compare in this world, I mean, especially when they have to compare, they don't compare with foxes. They don't compare with hyenas. You know, they compare with elephant. Elephant strength. So why elephant strength? Means in the jungle, who is most powerful? Elephant is most powerful. But that elephant, you know, it was. I'm sure he might not have ever thought he had been in such a helpless situation. You know, what is the problem? He was in a very incompatible situation. I just want to give an example. Madhudvisa Maharaj, sorry, Madhudvisa Prabhu, he really served Srila Prabhupada like anything. And Prabhupada, actually from America, Prabhupada sent him to Australia to establish preaching. Prabhupada gave him sannyas. Then what happened? Maya is very powerful. That is another thing I forgot to tell you. I mentioned so many tiny, tiny things, but they're all summed up into one entity, Maya. We are all captured, by the jaws of crocodile of Maya. And Mama Maya Duratteya. Krishna is telling my Maya is very difficult to overcome. Krishna is cautioning. Some teacher comes and tells you this exam is very tough. When teacher is telling, do you agree? When the teacher is telling exam is tough, how many of you agree?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So likewise, Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita manual of life, a manual of life, manual for our lives, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is telling, Krishna is cautioning, hey, Mamaya Dhritya, it's very difficult to overcome. But then Krishna is telling, but for those people, Mameviya Prapadyanti Maya Metan Taradite. But those people who have surrendered unto me, you know, I will, then only they will overcome Maya. Krishna is infinite, Krishna has unlimited energies, and one of the energies of Krishna is Maya. She has also infinite strength. We should all appreciate Srila Prabhupada. for this formidable task that he has undertaken. And he was very successful when he was on the planet. What is that? Just by giving a little prasad and Harinam, Hare Krishna mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram no, Hare Hare. He has made us declare war on Maya. He has made us declare war on Maya. Wow. Just by giving little prasad and as I said, Harinam, some association. Wow. So, Prabhupada gave sannyas to Madhudis Maharaj, Madhudis Prabhu, and Madhudis Prabhu had problems. He got married. And he became so shy, he didn't show his face to Srila Prabhupada for 1 year. Then, but I know for some reason, I have no idea, I know. He came and met Prabhupada. And he was sad that he felt like if he's sad that he betrayed Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada said, no. Prabhupada gave gifts to his wife. And Prabhupada said, make her Krishna conscious. And Prabhupada said, spiritual life one has to be one has to be, one has to choose his ashram carefully. And wherever you are comfortable, you should stay there. And practice bhakti. Because the goal of life is to go back to Godhead. Get rid of the impurities and go back to Godhead. And Prabhupada quoted this example. Elephant is very powerful, Gajendra. Thousands of, what is that? Yes, unlimited strength. I mean, so much strength he had. Excuse me. But he was in water. No food. Second, he was, crocodile was in the water. Crocodile is getting food, the blood from Gajendra. If the crocodile is outside, Gajendra would have crushed him to death in 1 second. But Gajendra was in water. And he cannot see, there is no food. But do you know this? His family, they left him. Gajendra was giving bath to his children, surrounded by ministers and wives. So happy occasion, picnic, you know. Then holiday becomes a nightmare. The moment they came to know something caught his legs, everyone ran away. Nobody stayed in the waters. Oh, this is my husband. This is my wife. I mean, this is my husband. This is my father. This is my minister. Nobody stayed. They ran away to the shore. End of the day, it'll boil down to me. I, me, mine. How many of you agree? Do you agree?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Then he understood, oof, I come alone to this world, I go alone. Then he fought vigorously of close to 1,000 years. 1,000 years. Wow. I mean, of course, they went to the shore and they tried to pull him out, but they couldn't. They cried also, but they couldn't do anything. Prahlad Maharaj, Narasimha Swami says, the conversation between Prahlad and Narasimha Swami. When a problem comes, what can parents do? Birth told us this is that it's a crocodile. Nobody can protect anybody. But only one person can protect. Who? Krishna. Who can protect? Krishna can protect. Namo namastabhyam asahya vega. Shaktitraya Akila Gunaya. Prapannapalaya Durant Shakti Kadindriyanam Anavapya Vartmane. So, and what Krishna, if Maya is powerful, Krishna is more powerful. Trust me, Maya is what is that? Jiva is eternal, but Krishna is eternal. Maya is eternal in the material world, no doubt, but karma is not eternal. So when we understand that, we should take shelter of Krishna with full faith. There is nobody else. And now that is the introduction in today's Krishna is telling, Gajendra is telling, sorry, you are the controller of formidable strength in three kinds of energy. What are the three kinds of energy? This is like what is that? Attachment, greed, and lust. Wow. शक्नोति एव यशोडुं प्राक्शरीरविमोक्षणात् कामक्रोधोद्भवं वेगं सयुक्तस्य सुखिनरा. Who is happy? Not a person who has purchased Tesla, not a person who has purchased a 10-bedroom apartment, not a person who has a name and fame and position and strength. Who is happy? A person who has become free from kama krodhodbhavam vegam. Kama, lust, which will lead to anger, krodha, attachment, greed, and lust. If you're attached to something, lust develops. ध्यायत विषयान् पुंसा संगस्तेषुपजायते संगात् संजायते कामः कामः क्रोधो विजायते क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहः स्मृतिविभ्रमः स्मृतिभ्रंश बुद्धिनाशो बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति. What is our problem? This world there is no happiness. It appears it is there, tiny. What is that happiness? Gulab Jamun, 30 seconds happiness. But when diabetes comes, so much suffering. Blood pressure comes, so many, So, what is this world? Tiny happiness, that too illusory. It appears it is there, but it's not there. Krishna says in Gita. But that will lead to unlimited misery. That's why one should make Krishna as the object of his goal. Hold on to Krishna's lotus feet. Aham tarishyami durantaparam tamo mukundandri niseveva. Avanti Brahmana is telling, people were spitting in his food. People were, passing, people are spitting on his face, passing urine in his food. Hare Krishna. And they are passing air on his face. What is Avanti Brahmana's determination? Etam sahastaya paratmanishtam adhyasitam purvatamairmaharshibi aham tarishyami durantaparam tamo mukundangri nisevaiva. Wow. Do you think I'll give up Krishna consciousness? Never. And this I know, this samsara, cycle of birth and death is very difficult to overcome. But there is a boat. What is that boat? Krishna's lotus feet. Very interesting. Krishna's lotus feet is a boat. This boat, it doesn't move. But this ocean of cycle of birth and death is huge. Then, there's only one boat. If you go, take the boat and go to the other side of the shore, who will bring the boat back? Huh? Nobody brings the boat back. Krishna is very wonderful. When you take shelter of Krishna's lotus feet, and that Mukunda, boat will stay like that only. But Krishna compresses this unlimited ocean of cycle of birth and death, the this samsara sagar. He'll compress into a small puddle to the size of hoof print of a calf. Means you'll get into the boat and you'll get out. Hare Krishna. For somebody who has taken shelter of Krishna, who has surrendered to Krishna, these three forces, Krishna's mercy is more powerful than these three forces. They're all listening.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So we have to. It's not like a especially Indians are not atheistic. Most of the Indians, but what they do, they take shelter of Krishna as like a spiritual insurance. Like cilantro in khichdi or a spare tire, spare wheel. मंदिर नहीं जाएंगे तो भगवान भूल जाएंगे हमको, इसलिए थोड़ा दर्शन करके आएंगे, अटेंडेंस, नो क्यों क्यों मंदिर जाते हैं हम? भगवान हमको भूल ना जाए, वो भूल जाएंगे तो प्रॉब्लम हो जाता है. मेरा सेंस ऑफ ग्रेटिफिकेशन, सेंस एंजॉयमेंट यू नो कंटिन्यू होना है. My sense gratification should continue. For that, I need shelter of God. My Lord, if you are there, you are there. If you be happy, I am happy. No, Krishna is not like that. Krishna puts a full stop to the any situation that is causing attachment to you if you take shelter of Krishna. And Krishna creates a crocodile situation. That's why surrender is very important. But what are the 6 qualities of surrender? Bhaktivinoda Thakur says. What is the essence of Bhagavad Gita? Sarvadharman pratyadyam mam ekam sharanam vraja. Am tvam sarvapapebhyo mokshishayam. Give up all the dharma. Give up all the dharmas. A person who has come to establish dharma is telling sarvadharman parityadya. छोड़ो, सारे धर्मों को छोड़ो, पति धर्म, पत्नी धर्म, ऑफिस धर्म, देश धर्म, काल धर्म, यू नो ऑल द धर्मस छोड़ो. अरे माय लॉर्ड, क्या आप धर्म के संस्थापन के लिए आप आ रहे हैं, आप बोल रहे सारे धर्म छोड़ो? नहीं, ये तो कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन हो गया. सारे धर्म छोड़ के भगवान का शरण लेना ही एक्चुअल धर्म है. Prabhupada says Muslim dharma, Hindu dharma, they're all rubber stamps. What is real dharma? Surrender to Krishna is the real dharma. Amazing, right? So, Krishna, surrender means 6 items, not sir-under. एक devotee commented, surrender मतलब क्या है? सर झुक के रहना है. That is not, of course, it is a good example, humble, that's fine. But anukulyasya sankalpa, whatever is good for bhakti, do it. Pratikulyasya varjanam, whatever is not good for bhakti, reject it. Attending Mangalarti, chanting the rounds in the morning, doing the intense sadhana, not like tutu mantra, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Ram, 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 16 times. No. We have to orchestrate our life in such a way. We give priority to the sadhana. It's very important. You all have a bank account, but 50 साल के बाद वो रहेगा, हम रहेंगे नहीं. 50 years later, that will be there, but we won't be there. Family, 50 years later, children may be there, but we won't be there. Profession, You're a doctor, engineer, professor, whatever. 50 years later, you won't be engineer. Don't be doctor. ये 30-35 साल के खेल है बस. So, but of course, we have a body, so we need to take care of it. We need to balance. It's very important. No, we are not the body, but problem is we are in the body. So we need to take care of. We need to, Bhagavad Gita will not pay mortgage. Bhagavad Gita will not take care of children tuition fees. So 8 hours you work. Some hours you take care of the family. Some hours sleep. But 2 hours mantra meditation, you do it. As a parent, you have a moral responsibility to make your children Krishna conscious. Take them also with you. So, Anukulya say, whatever is favorable for bhakti, do it. Whatever is unfavorable for bhakti, reject it. Rakshati Shati Diswa. So, Krishna is my protector, not my bank account, not my 401k, not my talents, not my intelligence. Who is protector? Krishna. Goptrutva Varanantada. Krishna is my maintainer, not my intelligence either. With this consciousness, Atmanikshepa Karpanya, Sarva Krishna, body, mind, and words, all the time. See Krishna in the heart of others, in the heart of the spouse, in the heart of the children, heart of everyone around us. Try to, if you can see that, that's great, amazing. It takes time. But that's why, be convinced Krishna is present in everyone's heart, everywhere, and everywhere. Andandrasta Paramana Jayandrastam, Govindam Adipurusham Tamam Bhajami. Krishna is there in every atom, between atom and atom, Krishna is there, in every atom, Krishna is there. And with this consciousness, you serve. And the last one, humility. Atma Nikshepa Karpanya. These are the 6 items of surrender. So, why Krishna arranges troubles in our lives? He doesn't want us to settle here. That's why we should have full faith in Krishna. If you're going through trouble, the trouble is also Krishna. Krishna's mercy. Not just green card, getting green card is Krishna's mercy. It is, no doubt. But the trouble is also, COVID is also Krishna's mercy. We should have that faith. Can you believe what is this world? Even if you don't do anything wrong, you'll get the reaction. I mean, you'll get into problem. Nara Chitraketu, he just took a couple of lines he used. Parvati cursed him. At least in the case of Maharaj Chitraketu, he spoke something that was actually, of course, Parthi was misunderstood. But at least he spoke. But he should not have, So, what is that? Because of his relationship with Shiva, he spoke like that. Parthi misunderstood and cursed him to become a Brahma Rakshas. What a faith Chitraketu Maharaj had. Mataji, my mother, it is sanctioned by the Lord. I fully accept. Wow, he didn't even counter curse Parvati. He can. I mean, he had the ability to counter curse, but he didn't do that. He didn't regret, but he accepted it. If your family, somebody comes and says, your neighbor or colleague who is, who has a problem with you, says, I curse you, you become Brahma Raksha. All you will say, you laugh. But Mother Parvati curses means it will happen. What a faith Maharaj Chitraketu had on Krishna. My Lord is my protector. My Lord is my maintainer. Krishna is my maintainer. At least Maharaj Chitraketu used couple of statements, couple of lines. Indrajit Maharaj did not even say anything. He was just meditating. Agastya Muni came. Because of his absorption in the deep meditation, he couldn't get up and serve him. and Durasmuni cursed to become an elephant. If it is somebody else, they would give up Krishna consciousness. Do you agree? For
Yes,
the
Prabhuji.
mistake Maharaj Indrajan Maharaj, for the mistake Indrajan Maharaj has not done, he was cursed. How many of you agree? Do you agree or not?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mansi. One should have faith in Krishna. Why I'm telling sometimes, yes, okay, somebody came yesterday recently and said, she is going through some health issue. Oh, I'm sorry, what is that? He'll be all right. Just to encourage them, I said, no, one of my kidneys, my kidney is spoiled. Very young, 30-year-old. Hare Krishna. Okay, Maharaj, Indradyumna cursed to become an elephant. We are all listening to the story. Maharaj, what is that? Chitraketu was cursed to become Brahmarakshas. We are listening to story Bhagavatam. We know it is a story only in Bhagavatam. But when somebody says at the age of 30, just married and your kidney is spoiled, do we have full faith in Krishna? But we should develop that. We should pray, my Lord, give me full faith. You know? So Maharaj Indraji, why Krishna did like this? Somebody will ask, why Krishna did like this? Krishna offers protection, right? In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, whatever the devotee has, Krishna protects. What he doesn't have, Krishna gives. But here what? He took everything from the Lord. He took everything from the, sorry, Lord took everything from Maharaj Indratyamna. Then this verse is wrong? No. Maharaj Indradyumna wanted to attain the grace. He wanted to go back to Godhead. But it's taking too much long time. So what Krishna did? Gave him a body and settled the scores. One lecture I had. Whatever situation we are in right now, and it's perfect choice, perfect situation. Whichever situation we are in, it's very good a platform to go back to God, Krishna, go back to Godhead. What do you think? So, if you surrender to Krishna, the last line, Lord gives one the intelligence. तेषां सतयुक्तानां भजतां प्रीतिपूर्वकं ददामि बुद्धियुगं तं येन मामुपयन्ति ते तेषां एवान् कम्पार्धम् अवज्ञानजं तम नाशयामि आत्मभवस्तो ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वता. I'll eliminate that person who has surrendered to me, eliminate, has come to, it's taken Bhakti Yoga process. I'll illuminate his heart with the lamplight of knowledge and dispel the darkness of ignorance. Dadami buddhi yogam tam. I give the intelligence by which he'll come to me. That's what Krishna wants. That's why Krishna doesn't want us to settle in the metal world. So these ups and downs in our lives are Krishna's mercy only to make us realize you have a pancreas, you have intestines, you have a brain, you have a vocal cord, what is that? Throat, you have a vocal cords, you have a, what is that? Heart, you have lungs. All this put together body, you're not the body, you're a spirit soul. These machines, any machine can spoil at any time. What do you think? So, what is that? Supreme Lord, Krishna's grace is, more powerful than anything. This attachment, greed, and lust. Actually, I have a presentation on this. Attachment, greed, and lust. Very very sticky substances. They're stuck to our heart. Very difficult to remove. One line is here. You're unapproachable by those who are unable to control their senses. Why? If we are, actually, we are all more or less. I mean, at least I'm like that. Why can't those who cannot control their senses? Their consciousness is in sense enjoyment. Means Annamaya, Manamaya, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manamaya stage. But Krishna is a transcendental, Turiya Avastha. So then your consciousness is always low. Krishna is high. You're not even looking at him. Then how will we attain him? Amrish Maharaj was not Amrish Maharaj. Dhruva Maharaj. He just controlled his mind and senses and he fixed his focus on the Lord in the heart. Wow, amazing, right? So you should have full faith and do sadhana, then Krishna will definitely help. That's why we should sincerely know how to purify our senses. Rishikesh, Sevanam Bhakti Richate. Exactly, that's the one. Serving with our senses. How do we control our senses? Serving Krishna, the master of senses, with our senses. That is Bhakti Yoga. I will eat only prasad. We have many times I said, I'm repeating it today because the topic is here. In ISKCON, we give prasad to purify the senses. We have Hare Krishna mantra to purify the mind. Manastrayatiti mantra. We have Shastra, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita and other books to purify, sharpen the intelligence. We have association. When we go to temple, we get the association of devotees. And we have service in the temple. Service, menial service, helps us purify our ego. When we are purified on 4 levels, then our bad karmas leave us. And second thing is,
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, can you please repeat these 4 things that you said for purification? Thank you, Prabhuji.
I said, if prasad purifies our senses, tongue or mana, and mantra meditation, Hare Krishna mantra meditation purifies our mind. Reading Shastra purifies our intelligence. Service and association, serving devotees and taking their association purifies our ego, false ego.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Any question or comment? If forgive me if I have spoken anything wrong, but thank you for your patient audience. Anyone has any question or not?
That was Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you so much for the wonderful session. And I felt like I'm not that cricket fan, but it was 6 on the last ball. The 4 points that you mentioned, it is really important for me to understand and follow. Hare Krishna.
Hare.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Mandalat Pranam to you. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. So Prabhuji, to follow everything very sincerely, strictly, it is good if, we are always surrounded by devotees. and we have association constantly reminding us, telling us to get up for Mangal Aarti and, eat only prasadam. But sometimes it gets very difficult when you're not in that situation. And even I heard that Lord Chaitanya says, in whatever condition you are, you practice. You don't run away from there, that okay, I will, daytime stay in the temple, and only at night I'll come to my place to sleep with my family because they are not practicing, or so to say, Hare Krishna devotee. So in that case, sometimes we slacken. And like, for example, a family member is cooking for us, or they will offer something, cut up a fruit or plate, and their consciousness is not like they need to offer it. So we tell them repeatedly, oh, you didn't offer it. They'll say, no, 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 take one, it's okay, I cut it nicely. So uh, then sometime when we say no, we become very strict, then we become very fanatic in their eyes. So it's and of course they've had a relationship with us before, when we were not devotees. So especially parents, like older people, for them it's they take you like that only. They will not change because they've had that relationship as a child, or niece, nephew, whatever, like that. So in that case, how to strictly adhere, just tell them, well, no, I will not take fruit, I will not take anything, because it gets a little difficult. I was hearing from one Maharaj, and he said that I know he's a Maharaj from forgot his name, but he speaks lectures in Hindi. And he was saying, yeah, Mangal Aarti is easy for people who are all devotees in the family. But who are not devotee, then I can understand. It's a different thing, because one room somebody's sleeping, other room somebody's sleeping. So that energy is not there in the home, where you feel. Then you feel you also sleep. It's okay, no big deal. Because so he was giving one class and saying like that. And of course many other points he was giving, he was not discouraging, but he was saying it is difficult. And having experienced, and then also having heard, then so sometimes what happens, you feel that the Krishna consciousness is we're like struggling. It's like become like a punishment, because we just can't do it seriously, and at the same time there's a struggle. And one thing I liked about your class is that you mentioned that there should always be a distress situation that we have to get out of here, irrespective that we have a big house, car, Tesla, whatever we have. Krishna has fulfilled all our desires, because he fulfills all our desires. But we should still be somehow or the other discontented. So I feel that this is also, in a way, how to take it as a blessing, but then how to strictly follow the sadhana. That is my point. So that way we are not, swayed here and there. So I'm sorry if I asked this question before, but my situation is a little bit like a different situation. Thank you, Prabhu.
You told so you mean there are so many questions and so many points, but first thing is one point that we don't need to have a distressful situation to escape from this life, Mataji. No need.
Okay.
So when we understand the uh, the temporary situation of this world, we should become serious. So we should not pray to Krishna to give us a distressful situation so that we'll become serious. No. My Lord, take my job out. If right now it's okay, stable. When everything is stable, keep Krishna in the center. We are not on Kunti's place, Kunti platform, where she said give trouble. So, but when we understand our predicament, so we are a spirit soul, but we are not the body. But problem is, we think we are this body. So when you think we are this body, the senses demand sense enjoyment. And Kaliga minds, we don't have that much inner strength to fight with mind and senses. So that itself is a misery actually. We don't need to add extra misery to that. So the simple thing, Prabhupada has given a simple formula: chant 16 rounds and follow 4 agreed principles. I mean, my point is be steady in that. Study in the bhakti process. We should not be lethargic. One Mataji told me, I'm born for this. Yes, we are born for this only, purification. It's a very temporary situation. One third of the day we don't know who we are, we sleep. When we can wake up, again the attachments come. The attachments of this world are there to stick, are there, they are stuck so much to us that will bring us back again and again into this world. That is the power of attachment. So you said another thing, with family members you should be little lenient, especially parents and all, because if you're too strict, they think you're fanatic and they'll never come to Krishna consciousness. So philosophy doesn't work with family members. What works is the change of behavior, and they should realize earlier you are tough and now you have become better. So because of Krishna consciousness, when they realize you have become better, first thing is they'll appreciate. Second thing, if you serve them nicely, and there's the service should service should please their heart. Naturally, it is pleasing to their heart, but not the philosophy. By downloading philosophy, nobody will become devotees. People will become devotees because of the care. So, I mean, one thing is there, like, for example, you're very strict. I mean, what works for some people, like, if I have seen some families where, the devotee is very strict, then others changed. Some people, the family, though the devotee is very strict to himself, but very lenient with others, he or she is not judgmental. Then the family members changed. So, like, you have to, especially families, you have to give something to take something from them. Uh, um, what works? There is no sure shot formula with families, especially spouse or children or parents. With outsiders it's different, but insiders, and you have to see. But in some cases I've seen people have become loose. When Mataji told me, if only actually Prabhuji's chanting is not, doesn't chant, he doesn't have faith in chanting. When I saw that, I lost faith and I just gave it up. I was shocked. Husband complained, no, she's not becoming Krishna consciousness. She's not becoming Krishna conscious. And this is the response, when husband was not there, Mataji told me. So, but husband is thinking she's not becoming Krishna conscious. But he did not know he's the reason. She said, he's never, TV देख के जप करता है, cell phone देख के जप करता है. So I lost faith on that. Wow. That's why it's better, what is that? Example is better than precept. Or example, good behavior, good sadachar. That will transform. Actually, what? If you are very strict, that we should be strict with ourselves, lenient with others. Sometimes people are not like that. They are very strict with others and very lenient with themselves. This doesn't work. Definitely. Be strict with yourself and lenient with others. One time one girl said, she had 4 roommates. My roommates, they're all in the hostel. This Mataji, this girl is a devotee. And she's telling, my friends are asking me to, come to the movie, but I want to go to the temple and chant my rounds, but I don't want them to, this is the exact question she asked. I don't want them to feel I'm rude. That's why I have given up my idea of going to temple to chant my rounds, and I went with them to watch movie. Then the Guru replied, actually you are very rude to them. The Paramatma in your heart wanted you to go to temple and chant your rounds, so that eventually they'll understand, hey, she's strict. You know what? When somebody is very strict with themselves, you know what neighbors or family members do say? I cannot do what you're doing. I appreciate what you're doing, but I cannot do it. Good. That is the first step of a transformation. When they're appreciating what you're doing, eventually they'll change. Their ego is not allowing them to change, but they're appreciating you. It will take time, maybe 10, 20 years also. So the Paramatma in your heart is telling, be strict and set a good example. Just to please their minds, conditioned minds. You're going to the movie, you're going whatever, you're relaxing your rules. Believe me, that will not change them. That's why when one of the family members becomes a brahmachari, many family members they change. You know, it's because this person is super strict. You know, his example is great. You know, even
Yeah.
if sometimes they don't change, they appreciate. They appreciate. I have so many examples actually. So the point is, you be strict with yourself, lenient with others. But you can give, like, for example, they cut fruits and brought it to you. You offer it to Krishna for their sake, so that they'll get benefit, and you eat it. That's fine. You know. But you say you're non-devotee, that's why I will not eat from your hands. That is not good. You know. So you offer it. This is a common question that is asked. You know, in Bhakti Vriksha, new people are coming. You know, they say that we want to bring something. Then what we do? You know. So yes, they've changed. You know, they've changed and they're chanting a couple of rounds. So to encourage them, let them cook. You offer it. You know, put a tulsi leaf and offer it. They have not changed fully and they still have same bad habits. You tell them wait some more time. So likewise, you facilitate them, allow them so that they will, just because, okay, Mataji, I want to bring prasad to bhoga to the Bhakti Vriksha. We have changed, we have cleaned it, we stopped using onion garlic. So that's all good. I'm chanting only 2 rounds, that's fine. Cook and bring it. And you offer it and give it to everyone. Then eventually they'll become devotees. These are a couple of thoughts I can just add.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji. And also, like sometimes, one more thing to it is like why I talked about distress is that for some people's life, every day we get up in the morning is like a struggle because you have some people are like they have special need child, and they have it's the you have to take care of a child, or the child is adult but still a child. So you feel, when will this end, when will this is continuing on and on and on, so then you feel that in a way you feel happy because you feel that yes, the situation is given to me, and it's not like I'm happy with the situation, but that will eventually make me get away from the this thing, because it is, I'm very surprised and intrigued, Prabhuji, where I see some devotees where they have a husband, wife are there, children are normal, doing very well, studying, everything is good in their life, but still they are in Krishna consciousness. I mean, there's no distress of any kind. So like I'm one of the categories who came because I felt like lot of distress, I'm facing a lot of distress in this life, and I really want to connect to Krishna so I can have some peace at least. So what are your thoughts on that, Prabhuji? Like like recently a friend of mine, she's lived in Vrindavan, and she was based in Atlanta. So she bought a house in Vrindavan in front of Krishna Balaram temple, and then she finally decided to come here. She has a special need daughter, and who doesn't talk too much, and then her husband is not there, no support is there, her own brother doesn't support in India, devotees are supporting her, god brothers are supporting her. She came here and she sold her house, now she's going back there. Her whole focus is on her Krishna consciousness and her daughter, and each day is a struggle, because you don't know, she does not know how the daughter's behavior is going to be, how she's going to react, what is going to happen. So like similar story with me also, like that. So the situation itself becomes, see, when we talk, Prabhuji, when we talk about Pandavas, right, they went through so much of distress, but they were connected to Krishna. So, like, I'm in no position to compare myself or my friend with that situation. But sometimes the distress is good for us, that, we don't feel independent all the time. You have to take care of the child right from the morning, brush your teeth, do this. Although child might be 30 years old, but that's the seva given. But then we feel, when will it's going to end? And if we continue in this seva as a child with a special need, then, I'm not able to do my bhakti, not able to read too much. So again, that different kind of stress comes in, that because of this child, I'm not able to do this. I have to answer so many questions, childlike questions to, answer. So this is repeatedly going every day. So I don't know, Prabhuji, like, if
Answer is this. Thank you.
yeah,
One
yeah.
time you asked, similar question came one time you asked, but I know I'm repeating it. So, okay. I'm sorry for what you are going through, or people of similar situation, what they are going through. When others are hearing this, it's a stark reminder when everything is fine in this life, next life too, we do not know what it will be.
Hmm.
This should make us, your question should make us sincere and strong in Krishna, make us, seriously Krishna conscious. Forget about a child. What if we are destined to become a crocodile? What if we are destined to become an elephant? What if we are destined to become something else? Or take birth in Africa with no need, with no food and clothing and shelter. So when everything is nice, keep Krishna in the center today. And then coming back to the answer, Amma, I agree. That's why I said in the class, um, we are all we all have attachments, and we are stuck in the we are stuck in the jaws of crocodile of Maya. This I know. That's how I started the class today. And we have attachment, greed, and lust. So somebody stuck in the crocodile of Maya. I mean, jaws of crocodile of what, illusion. We all have problems. But the thing is, if we cannot avoid, that is when Maharaj Chitraketu had full faith. Whatever Krishna has given me, this for my betterment. And the Krishna accelerated, he's going back to Godhead. By through the curse of Parvati. Otherwise he was enjoying very nicely. He became, he became the king of Vidyadharas and he was enjoying. But Krishna didn't like it. Krishna brought a trouble in his life. And accelerated, he's going back to Godhead. Hare Krishna. Same thing with Maharaj Indradyumna. He was doing sadhana nicely. But Krishna realized this would take for him, this would take very long time for him to go back to Godhead. So Krishna brought Agastya Muni. Agastya Muni came to his doorstep and he was in deep meditation. He did not even know. He was so absorbed in samadhi. And Agastya Muni cursed him for no reason. He became an elephant. Who wanted to become elephant? Not to people lose faith in Krishna. My Lord, I'm just doing meditating. I'm just meditating on you, Smaranam. Still he cursed me. This world is Dukhalayam Sashvatam. The Dukhalayam will come in so many ways. But if you see on the other side, you're serving a Maya, maybe Krishna sent a child. He was actually great yogi and very little remnants of karma left. And you're serving a person who is not speaking any lie, who doesn't know anything about this world. So if you think I'm serving a Mahabharata devotee, Krishna has given, believe me, you'll be happy. In fact, you don't have any other choice other than that anyway.
Yes, Prabhuji.
But if you say, one time I told Prabhu, she's dumb. Okay, I understand. She's she's a physically challenged child, artistic child. But if you see other side, Karmana Devanetana Jantra Dehapate, Krishna's arrangement is there. If the child comes into this form, you're a devotee, you're initiated devotee, Mataji is initiated devotee, And Krishna knew he will not abort. That's why Krishna sent. Doctors told them. He said, no, will not abort. So that type of children only who had very little remnants for few years. So Krishna sends then that type of people into the family. So you will take good care of them because of the Vaishnava Seva. For you, it is your child, and you have affection also. Jadbharat, his father was so affectionate to him because he is my son. He is your son, but what type of son is he? Pure devotee. Hare Krishna. Pure devotee. His father tried to teach in all this Karmakanda portion because they are Brahmins. But Bharat Maharaj is not a Karmakandi, He's a self-realized Mahabharata devotee.
Yes.
His father served him and his father died also, thinking who will take care of him. But he did not know this is not Jad Bharat. This is a great devotee who attained Bhava stage in the previous life itself. So, actually, I'll tell you, many parents have seen they became Krishna conscious because of the children. Children should get Mahaprasad.
Yes,
For us
Prabhuji.
to get Mahaprasad, it took 30 years. For our children to get Mahaprasad, they took only 1 year. So, who is more advanced? So, if you see like that, if you understand from Krishna's perspective, you will continue your service. Otherwise, in fact, there is no choice actually. What do you think?
Yes.
Yashoda Vatsala Mataji, any question? What's the question?
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Yeah, in connection to Mataji's question, if there is no opportunity for us to offer, the things that have been given to us, so what we should do, Prabhuji? Like,
If there is no opportunity to what?
offer, someone gave some fruits to us, for example, or someone, bring us the prasad, they offer just in front of their, deities, and they bring it, or even if they don't offer, and something like, sometimes person is very hungry and then we buy biscuits outside, so how to honor them?
Okay, this is the thing, bro. Actually, fruit you offer out definitely in the mind. So just remember Krishna. Prabhuji nowadays everyone has cell phone. Everyone has cell phone, and just show to Krishna of the fruit for 1 minute and say the prayer and offer it and you can eat it. Eating biscuits outside must. One problem is with biscuits there is egg. I don't encourage anybody to eat outside biscuits actually. You buy fruits, you buy dry fruits, bro. They're very filling actually. Cashews. And what is that? Dry fruits you can buy, fruits you can buy. They're also very filling. But the cooked food like biscuits and all that, they have egg and
Prabhuji, like sometime when you buy from the Indian store, like glucose biscuit or something like that, they have this green mark, like a triangular, and we are 100% sure they're vegetarian. There are also vegetarian, especially Indian store.
I don't know. Okay.
Okay.
So I mean, any cooked food has karma in it. So, fruits and dry fruits which are not cooked. Usually, you can offer it outside anywhere. And you can offer and eat.
Milk also, Prabhuji, milk.
Milk, why not? Milk also. Milk is fine.
So cooked food by any other person should not be honored, Prabhuji, or can we honor in mentally, like, I was listening, I'm sorry to say this.
Karma will. No, sorry, no, I thought Mataji said yes, Prabhu. Yashodatsal Prabhu, this is the thing. As much as okay, there's a verse, Ahar Satya, that verse, Dhruvasmriti. Contamination enters to the tongue. As much as possible, we should not eat outside. Especially cooked food. No, we should not. Definitely cooked food we should not eat outside. Especially in Vishir Annakaila. Chaitanya says Vishir Annakaila Dushta Hoyamana. Your mind becomes that it becomes conditioned. It becomes demoniac actually. So that Dushta, ideally we should not eat outside. What can you do? For example, you have been to California, there is no temple, and for emergency situation, past 2-3 days there is no food, probably then you can. There, Jayapata Maharaj one time said just Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu, and say like that and eat. That's only emergency. But this we should not use it. This principle for every time you say Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu, and then you are diluting the thing. Emergency is different and day-to-day affair is different. I hope it answers your question.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Anything else?
Thank you, Prabhuji, for answering my question also regarding the special need child, and so many points you mentioned. It's really helpful, and I forget sometimes, but then sorry for asking again. We are really excited to have you on the call, and Prabhuji, you yourself being a brahmachari, and you are so well read in the shastras that even we in deep grasta life, with the situation, you're able to solve our answers. It's really a blessing, that it's a blessing. Krishna has poured blessings on you, that you're able to help us although you're not in the boat of a grasta ashram. So I'm so thankful to you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Brahmachari means,
Huh.
if you don't have family, whole world is your family.
Yes.
So you have a bigger family.
Very nice.
Yeah, why not? Everyone is my brother and
So
sister.
Prabhuji, like with me, during the weekday, it's my family here because I'm not directly. But then when I go on Sunday to temple or some other day where I'm called for some services, that time I feel, oh, now this is my family. Very conditioned I am. That time I feel like, yeah, all these devotees are so nice, and I'm a part of them. So then I feel they're my family. So we are like stuck in two families. So
the easiest way to please Krishna is when you take others' problems as your problems, and when you serve, like
yes.
Maharaj Rantidevi says, he has finally water left. The 48 days he fasted and he was hungry, and first one person Brahmana came, he gave half of the food and half to the family, and some portion off he gave half to Brahmana, second half he gave it to a person with a pack of dogs. He came, he gave the rest of the food also, only water remained and untouchable came. Now he has water. After 48 days his body is shivering. If he doesn't drink that water, he'll die. He said, sir, I want water. Then he says, I don't want liberation. I don't need to, I don't want higher planetary systems. If I can help, my fellow other living entities, uh, fellow God brothers and sisters, that is my happiness. This is one of the last stories of ninth canto. I mean, we cannot apply that. That's extreme story, no doubt. We are nowhere. At least I cannot apply.
Okay.
But that is a qualification to enter into 10th canto. So Bhagavatam has all these stories. So actually it is that those people who try to help others in Krishna consciousness, and not just Krishna consciousness, Krishna consciousness you can help in so many ways. Prasad, if nothing is there, just offer good words, So offer enough love. Love means speak nicely, So don't criticize anybody, and and try to serve. Then Krishna will definitely eventually will be recognized by Krishna. Actually, it is very important. More than equally, sadhana is important, but more actually, I always say sadachar is more important. So you have nice chanting, but you're hurting others. Then what is the use? So but you're doing your sadhana, but when people are coming, devotees, they see you, oh, so they are very you're giving them happiness by your sadhana, by your behavior, and by your encouragement. That is very important, sadachar. So we'll end it here today. Thank you very much, and if I've spoken anything wrong, please do forgive me.
Nothing wrong. You educated us and showed us the light. Thank you so much.
वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो
Jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji, for a wonderful class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Vancha kalpatra Kripa sindhu patitanam pavane Vaishnava namo namaha. Nantu Vaishnava ki jai. Namacharya Thakur ki jai. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Jai.
Yugal Kishore Prabhu